Hello everyone, this is EIP meeting 15. The first item on the agenda today is network upgrade process. In the previous meeting, we had two different proposals and we had some discussion on what the network upgrade process should look like. There is a repository at 1.0-spec repo that has been created to have network specific proposals contained there. Like we are trying to move EIPs. Those are not directly related to technical specification to network upgrade. The first one was proposed by Edson. Edson, would you like to just give a quick recap and then we can discuss further?
Yeah, so we've been working on improving the network upgrade process. Last time we looked through different options for hard fork coordination statuses. We decided on a combination of statuses. I could post the link to it in chat. And then during the all core devs, I presented the EIP statuses. It looks like there wasn't any resistance. There was not much feedback. So I guess the next step would be creating a PR on EIP1 and then seeing if there's any feedback there and then merging it. So we still need to spec out the process for hardware coordination since last time it was postponed because James isn't here. James isn't here again. So do you want to postpone this again?
I think we can share both the links, and there was another proposal by myself as well. It was just about the process of how we are going to maintain it. And I had a discussion with James offline, and what he suggested is like we should be talking about the stages that we should be considering for EFI, eligible for inclusion, proposals that we are trying to consider here. So if people have different thoughts on how we can, categorize these different stages and would like to discuss, I'm happy to open the floor for anyone if they have any comment.
They look good to me.
So yeah, I mean, like if we would like to wait for him because this is something that is directly related to hard fork process. So I agree that we should be waiting for him to make a decision on it, or maybe in his presence we can discuss it further. So if there is no further comment on this topic, we can move on to next item. The next item is EIP repository scope and triaging permission. Like a couple of meetings back, there was this discussion that we should limit the EIP repository scope, and this network upgrade process was coming directly from there. I see a few people on the call, like if they would like to, add things like what should be the scope for EIP repository only, like what kind of EIP should be submitted in there. And then we discussed the other time the triaging permissions. I think Light Client was, if I'm not mistaken, Light Client was also working on the permission. So if he would like to provide us the status or how we are working towards it.
I'm still waiting to connect with Hudson about setting up the triage status, the triage roles on the EIPS repo.
Okay, unfortunately, Hudson is not available today. So maybe in the next meeting, we will like to bring this up again. I see a comment by Micah on the chat. I'm gonna read it. My desired scope for EIP's repository is technical specification as free from politics, which includes mainnet inclusion as possible. And he also mentioned examples as RFCs. This sounds good. And I think if we are trying to separate the EIP repository and hard code process, it's better to get these things documented somewhere.
Yeah.
Would help us help any other author in future what kind of proposal he is trying to submit and where he should submit. So maybe we could continue discussing on this topic in the next meeting when we have the Hardfork coordinator as well available for the meeting. If anybody else has any comment on it. Okay, then let's move on to the next item. The next item is further discussion on EIP working group. In the previous meeting, we discussed a sub-working groups suggested by Light Client, like what, who, and what goals we are trying to achieve. There is a link in the agenda. If we get into that, we can see all different categories of that. We discussed that these groups could be very useful, and we would like to discuss it further, how we are actually trying to, or who can be actually be grouped there. So yeah, Light Client, if you would want to talk more about it.
Any major updates to this meeting? This is something that I still think is really important, and I'm trying to write some proposals and figure out how to do this in a way that's going to be most effective. I think I was a lot more ambitious last meeting whenever we brought it up, and after kind of talking to some people and trying to actually formulate what this would look like, I've gotten like a little bit less ambitious about it, because I think it's really difficult to get the community oriented around something that has a sort of accountability, something that's not very easy to like just force upon people unless they also want it. So I'm trying to figure out how to put this in the best light so it's something that people want rather than something that I'm trying to force on. So hopefully in 2 weeks, the next meeting, I'll have something more concrete to share on this.
Sounds good. I mean, looking at a glance, like I feel like first three are like we have been actively discussing in this meeting, EIP meeting. So that should be, I mean, in my mind, that should be like not that difficult, but coming up to the rest of those like networking, ERCs and RPCs, we would like to definitely hear something, some better process for that. I think that's going to be helpful for us as a group to suggest to the developers and follow it in future.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm not seeing a governance working group. It seems like to me there ought to be a governance working group. Is that something we hate so much that we don't want a governance working group?
I'm personally trying to avoid anything related to governance, focusing on the technical aspects of building working groups and helping direct resources into places that people think is going to be useful for the future roadmap. The questions of what should be on the roadmap and if this thing is built, should it go in? I just don't know if I have the experience to really come up with anything around that.
Yeah, I'd love to be involved in something like that. And it seems like to me there ought to be something where anyone who's interested in governance could like, okay, I'm interested in governance, I should go there. And I would love to be wherever that is, but I just don't know where that is.
I feel like that should fit in with the new repo that Hudson made for the ETH1 spec, the network upgrade sort of repository. I don't think they've done really any work to actually set up a structure for that yet, but in my mind, that's where the governance discussions would be happening, should be happening.
So tell me what that is again. I'm not familiar with that.
I'll send a link in the chat in just a second. But maybe 2 meetings ago, Hudson had mentioned that he was going to create a repository focused on network upgrades, separate that from the ETH repository, and he named it ETH 1.0 spec. So I'll drop the link in a second.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Thanks for that update.
Adding to this, there are few comments from Micah in the chat box. I have a dream where we one day split ERCs from EIP's repository, but I think that is far in the future. Another one, historically, everyone participating in Ethereum has actively avoided any kind of power structure, which includes any form of governance. But I think even this EIP group in itself is a part of governance. We are trying to help out structure as much as possible, discussing everything that may or may not affect the general flow of Ethereum governance. Moving on, the next item is onboarding EIP editors, survey to set expectation of an EIP editor. Edson, I think you were running a survey, so please take it away.
Could you repeat that?
It
This
was
is
about,
for the EIP editors, right?
that's correct.
I think we should wait another 2 weeks to receive the survey results.
Sure. So the next item here is PEEP and EAP and EIP focus series. I wanted to bring this to EIP meeting because I think that is going to help us along the path somehow. With this series, we are trying to get information about EAP in like a community understandable format, not very technical, and like people should be aware of EAP. And I'm trying to figure out the answers to the questions that we as a group are trying to find. To, one of those questions are like, we have a number of EIPs in draft status. We don't know how to move with that. So first of all, I would like to start by saying a big thank you to Matt, the Lightline, who has given a very good presentation on how to write an EIP. So it's a very good episode stating about what are the do's, don'ts, what EIP proposal can be considered as good, and which one has chances of moving ahead. I would highly recommend people to go ahead and watch that episode on PEEP and EAP. Another thing I wanted to bring with this topic is like what and how we are planning to deal with ERCs. I remember reading comment of Micah that in future EIPs and ERCs should be in different repository, but now they are in one, and there are plenty of ERCs which are in draft status. One of those is EIP 173 that we discussed in this series, and the author is very much interested to push it forward. The EIP has already into the last call, and I think the last call date, the date has already passed somewhere in early August. So I'm looking forward to the next step, how such author or such EAPs can be moved forward, whom we should reach out to push these, if people have any suggestion on that.
I think the next place to go would be Allcore devs.
The thing is, these are not core protocols. These are ERC. So I'm not very sure about bringing it to all core dev meeting will add value, or I don't know how it has been done historically. I think here I'm going to, remember Hudson, because he has been part of this process for a very, very long time. And I had hoped that he could have advised something here. But nevertheless, I would like to keep this agenda item open, how we can clear out the draft EAPs. Those are there for like over 2 years. This particular EAP that I'm talking about, it was proposed in 2016, and then from 2016 it was actually draft in 2018, and now it is 2020. We are still there. So I think we should work out on a process to take care of these proposals, and then we will be able to clean up our repository. So that's the thing I wanted to bring up with this topic. But in general, I would highly recommend people to go ahead and watch this series, which is available on Ethereum Cat Herders YouTube, and let us know what other proposal people would like to hear and how we can make this beneficial for community. Moving on, the next item on the agenda is clarification for how a pre-compiled address is decided. There is a link in the agenda, and I think this is a proposal by James, and he was working on it. I do not have any update. If anybody else has any, please feel free to share. Or else maybe we will wait for him to join us in the next meeting. Then we'll discuss this further. The next item on the agenda is a link. Actually, it's for EIP's to do. It's a document that we created a while ago, and this is actually listing what we are trying to do as a group, like EIP group. There are certain goals that are listed, like the number one is reduce the number of PRs. I think the PEEP and EAP series is going to help us and move in that direction. Next goal is reduce the number of abandoned drafts. We are trying to identify drafts which are not of any, like, not of significance, or maybe they have been overwritten by other proposals. In that case, we might want to remove that and ask the author to withdraw or close it. Matt, is it okay to ask that the validator, that part that we are updating, will that help us in identifying these proposals and remove it from the repository?
I don't think the validator is gonna help in this effort. I think this would be sort of falls under the bot, the auto merge bot more.
Okay, got it. Yeah, but that is another thing that we might have to look into. If it is a manual work, we will try to filter out the proposals, or yeah, let's see how does it come out to be. The next goal mentioned here is move a bunch of ERCs to the final status. Yes, we are trying to reach out to the authors. At this time, like, we have very, very few ERCs in final status, and over 100 of them are in draft. So we are looking into each of these proposals and push it to next status. Yeah, I think that's it from this document. And this is originally maintained by James Hancock. So if he has further thing to discuss, we will look into the next meeting. I think it's going to be a very quick meeting today. So the next item is review actions from previous meetings. Decisions made were hard fork coordination upgrade, talk awaiting until James joins, EIP repo scope constant waiting. Next is small working group to be tested. I know we discussed, and like Klein mentioned, that he would be coming up with more firm proposal in the future meetings, and then we will start testing on it. Decision number 4 is get final approval from all core dev on new EIP statuses. As Edson mentioned, that he has already shared this with the all core developers, and there was no strong opposition. So I think the next thing would be to draft it in a proposal, in a PR, and add it to EIP1. But in one of the previous meetings, we discussed that we would be doing it when we get clarity on network upgrade as well. Like, the processes would be combined together, and then we will create a pull request for all. Create triaging permission for GitHub is the next one. Light Client would be working with Hudson to look into the triaging permissions. So with that, I think we are at the end of the meeting. Anybody else has anything to discuss, feel free.
Yeah, I'd like to just get everyone's opinion on EIP 2878, the block reward reduction to 0.5 ETH. Just kind of wondered if anyone here is either strongly for or strongly against that. It sounds like the community in general wants that, but it sounds like the miners don't want that, of course, because it's going to take away money from them. But anyway, I wondered if anyone would think it would be worth creating a petition or something like that. But it sounds like that's kind of a controversial EIP, and I wondered if anyone here thinks pushing for or against, or doing some work trying to put possibly a canonizer petition together to try and build and track consensus around something like that? Or is that something that no one here would be interested in either fighting for or against? Or anyway, just wanted to get if anyone has any thoughts on anything like that.
Would it be possible for you to just link the CIP on the chat so if people can give a quick look at it
Okay.
and if they have any thoughts? Meanwhile, I would like to read a couple of more comments that we received in the chat about the PR blockage backlog problem. Micah, suggested solution to the EIP PR backlog problems could be: number one, add 1 or 2 active editors. Number 2, go through backlog and start closing PRs and marking EIPs as abundant. Yeah, I think this is what even James was proposing, that we have to start marking that as abundant. We started this, but we stopped in between because we were looking for getting clarity on statuses for EIPs. Now that we have it there in place, we can restart this process. And like cat herders are maintaining a list there when which all EIPs are in draft statuses and who is reaching to which EIP author, to check with him if he would like to pursue that EIP, if it has been superseded, or we can go ahead and close it as abundant. So we will like to revive that process. And with that, I hope that this backlog problem could be at least minimized. Okay, on EIP 2878, Brent has shared the link in the chat. So if anybody has any quick comment, I see that many people have already commented on the pull request. So if people have any comment, feel free to add it over there. And if it still needs to be discussed, we might want to bring it into another call, but I'm not sure if we are trying to discuss individual here, but something that is related to any particular EIP, we would be happy to discuss and come to a resolution there. So with that, I think we have almost covered the items that were listed to discuss today. Anything that people would like to be discussed in future meeting, please leave that in the agenda, or you can always say it anywhere related to this GitHub repository. So yeah, that's it from my end. Thank you everyone for joining us today. Before we end, I would like to mention 2 more comments that is received for EIP 2787. It is from one of the editors, Micah. He mentioned that at least 2787 needs to be fixed, so it is a valid specification. Currently, it has a bunch of problems, and I guess Light Client has already commented on that pull request. Likely the specification doesn't actually specify anything. I'm sorry, the number is 2878. So we may discuss it again in the next meeting. And I think with that, we have covered everything that we would like to discuss today. Thank you everyone for joining us today. It was a very quick meeting. I hope next time the hard work coordinator is here and will be able to make decisions on many other things and move on further.
Right. Yeah, thanks everyone.
Thanks, Pooja.
Okay, thanks
Bye all.
everyone. See you in a couple weeks.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks.